Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach Attack, and this is episode 90 in the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series. All right, this is second attempt at this stream because for some reason it cut out after 40 seconds last time. So I went on for about 15 minutes though without realizing it wasn't even working. So dang it, I got to start over. But it's going to be amazing. First, Corinthians 16:14, do everything in love. And guys, that's why I came back. And I'm coming back for a second punch because the internet tried to knock me down, but I'm getting back up. I'm climbing back into the ring and I'm throwing some punches and I'm going live no matter what. They can't stop me. I found a fun little quote in the Tao Te Ching again. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. And I've mentioned it many times in this series already, is to let it go. And a lot of what I was talking about was the past, like don't look back. But Angel, thank you for stopping in. Cheers, buddy. And the prancing cat was very nice to text with you today. I hope we get a chance to hang out again very soon. So, guys, I'm talking about letting go and something. This quote: "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." It's helping me realize to even let go now, not just the past, but the things that you're changing in yourself. For example, the cognitive behavior therapy I've read about is like learning how to identify these triggers you have in life and these situations, and how do I get into this, whatever it is you're trying to, change in your life. Like, so let's say you're trying to quit drinking and you're trying to every morning, every day, you're trying to figure out, when do I think about drinking? What causes me to just go to the bar every day? And you work on it and you got to let it go. You could say, well, I was a drunk in the past. I was. And today, though, you got to, like, I don't drink hardly at all. I still have this sitting here from the other day. I literally, guys, I took a sip like this, like that. I was hungover sick the whole next day. It's just like, that's how much of a lightweight I am, you guys. I got it sitting here. You think this is tempting me right now? It's not tempting me at all. It's like, bueno, I don't want you, dude. So, we can, or, that's an example of something I have overcome. But something I haven't overcome is, like my diet, my fitness, my routine. I'm I've overcome it in my mind. It's just a matter of fact of manifesting it in my life and allowing this time to go on and let it happen. And it's happening. And a part of that is just letting go now. Of course, letting go of the past, but also just letting go of today. So let's just continue on. I'm on day 2 of Atkins phase 1 again because I fasted for my 96 hours again this week and I weighed 238. I was 1 pound down, which, I would say, dang, that sucks. I only lost 1 pound. But to be honest, I ate so much on that last 4 days that I'm happy to have gotten to, to fasted my way back down to 1 pound down, because I was like up to 10 pounds over again after eating for 4 days. So that's what I'm attempting to not do this time. So like 238, I probably should have stuck with it. Remember in the beginning, if you watch from the very beginning of this series, I was putting weight limits on how much I can gain back in the 4 days of eating to make sure that I stayed under these certain, trigger mark, these certain flagpoles, so I can just make sure I'm always losing weight. And it worked pretty good in the beginning because I was having bigger, more dramatic weight loss jumps and steps. But overall, I'm happy. I'm doing great. I'm 32 pounds down. And if I could lose that 8 more pounds, I'll be so pumped. Not if, I'm going to do it. I'm going to at least get to 40 pounds down. And then I'm going to give away a little secret about the whole program. But I still had to go for 218. And when I get to the 218, let's say it takes an extra month or whatever it takes, it'll just be a fun day to say, hey, see, I hit my goal. I didn't give up. I kept going. I kept rocking, kept going, and never gave up. So that's all going good. So the diet, I feel weird because I already talked about this for 15 minutes and then the video didn't work and I had to start over. So I had 3 chicken wings at work today, 1 hard-boiled egg, some baby tomatoes, and some cottage cheese. And it came out to be like 6 carbs or 7 carbs, something like that. And I didn't count the calories again, but just let me add it up right now, is like, 500 calories, maybe not even. It wasn't a lot. The 3 chicken wings are like 40, 90, so 3, 4. Yeah, so maybe even 600 calories because I had a couple bites of cottage cheese. It's kind of high calorie. And that's all. And I had a protein bar. I forgot to write that down. I had a Fit Crunch bar. Not the best bar to be eaten, but I felt like a little dessert, and I didn't want to eat out of that candy drawer, and it only has 4 carbs. So I had that as dessert at work. So that was all I ate. 3 chicken wings, a hard-boiled egg, some cherry tomatoes, cottage cheese, just a little bit of cottage cheese, like a quarter cup, and that protein bar. And that made it through my 12-hour shift. I drank my couple cups of black tea and a couple cups of water. I thought about going to the gym, but I did an hour on the rowing machine last night, and I was like, Zach, you're going on 51. Let's just pace it and just keep with the every other day. There's been times where I'm going 2, 3, 4 days in a row, but then I just feel too sore and I don't get as powerful as a workout. So I got home 6:40, whatever it takes me 5-10 minutes to get home from work. I get up at 6:30, and I made my big salad right away. Just walked in the door, kicked my shoes off, kicked my socks off, get some comfy clothes on, and made my big salad. Really good one. Had some eggs in there and some shredded cheese. Made my homemade dressing, which I want to, that homemade dressing, because I'm talking about now I want to count the calories as well. I was trying to remember, like, I know there's a lot of calories in olive oil, but is it like 100 calories an ounce? And I busted out the bottle to look, and it's 120 calories for a tablespoon, so I'm like, putting it in the bowl. So, I just limited it a little less dressing, because the vinegar is where you get all the flavor. The healthy, the dressing or the olive oil is super healthy. I don't want to act like I'm saying don't eat olive oil. I'm definitely saying do eat olive oil on everything you eat, but maybe limited it to a couple tablespoons instead of, like, I don't know how many. I was probably putting like 5 tablespoons on it. It was just too many calories total. The carbs are low though, because I was counting only the carbs, and that's why I said I had to go back and Google the Atkins recommendations on total calorie count, and for men it was like 2,000 calories. So that was all good. The diet's great. I actually still have like half of my carbs to go for the day. Got my chips going here. Even if I cheat a couple and let me just say I ate 12. I had it as I ate 10 so far. I'm still have 8 left, but I don't really think there's anything here that I want to eat. I might, I might just eat some vegetables, just eat like half a pepper and a couple more tomatoes or something, and use up them carbs just to get those vitamins and minerals in me. And so, so I had the day after the gym. So there's that. Talking about the cognitive behavior therapy, had a little issue at work today, not an issue, but a circumstance that came up that helped me, that challenged me, that brought attention to my mind. And the cognitive behavior therapy is about identifying these thoughts that you have, and these like a reactionary behaviors you have to situations in your life. And I caught myself in a way where I may have became angry or overblown a situation in the past, and it helped me really, okay, it's happening. This is what triggers it. This person told you. This person said this. This person said that. Whatever, and it's people suffering in life, and they're hurting, and they're lashing out, and they're crying out, and that's got nothing to do with me. And you can learn to separate yourself from the other people's anguish and not let them suck you. Like I said, even if it's your own family and they're jumping down into the darkest pit, it's like, don't follow them down there. The only way you can save them is to stay in the light of Jesus Christ. Don't go into the pit with anybody. Because misery loves company. So, man, it was a wonderful day for that. By the time I got through this little challenge over the course of like a half hour that I was talking and working out in my mind and with some coworkers and friends and talking to people, I was actually very positive and feeling great about it at the end. And it was like, man, I really handled it well in my mind. So it made me feel that discipline, it feels good, or at least better than regret, is how I just worded it here. Discipline feels good. Oh, well, it at least feels better than regret. So it's helping me decide. There's the thought's going to come in your mind almost out of nowhere, and you don't even know where it came from. And whatever kind of negative habit or negative food choice, or I don't want to go to like I said, I think about not taking a cold shower all the time, like almost every time I'm in the shower, because I take a hot shower first. Almost every time, like, let's just say half of the time. I don't want to exaggerate. It comes to my mind, it would not be any big deal for your health to skip the cold shower at the end, because it's only like 1 or 2 minutes. I just turn it to freezing cold at the end and just let it freeze my whole skin. I get it all over my head, face, back, neck, chest, stomach, legs, arms, armpits, feet. I just get the cold water all over my skin, and it would be no big deal to skip it. And then I just think to myself, kind of this discipline. It's like, well, the cold shower is not going to feel great, The discipline's going to feel great, and it's going to feel better than regret, and I don't want to skip one thing and then turn it into, well, I didn't take my cold shower. Maybe I'll just have a little bit of junk food today, and we'll just start over to tomorrow. I don't even want to get the ball rolling. I want to keep the climb uphill. And if I fall, okay, fine. I'm gonna reassess, and I'm gonna keep climbing. But I don't want to purposely give up on any step that I can take. So it made me feel good. It made, between the little mental challenge I had and the little physical challenges I have, and emotionally, it's just I'm really feeling the love, man. The Bible verse for today: do everything in love. And man, I'm telling you, your health, you do it in love. Your wealth, do it in love. The doing your wealth in love may even help you understand, one, how good you have it, two, how not so good other people have it. And you may actually feel much, much wealthier just by changing your state of mind. And I do anyway. And because I'm doing it out of love, and not the love of money. It's the love of Jesus. It's the love of my children. It's the love of my hope and my life and my future, and all the good things about life. So it's feeling great. I'm just feeling the love, joy, peace, and just, I want to, emphasize that happiness in the title of the channel. I'm feeling healthier since I started the channel. I'm feeling wealthier since I started the channel. Zach, how are those things? Well, healthier because I'm down 32 pounds, and I've ate less junk food, and I've ate healthier. I've eaten way more vegetables than I have in my whole life. I've drank more water. I've drank more tea. I've spent less money on negative habits, like going to Dairy Queen, for example. I would do, once a week or whatever, and smoking the e-cigarette I would do all that's gone, saving me a lot of money. I just feel staying the course, like walking, like I feel like I'm walking to victory. Like I don't need to sprint to victory anymore. Or maybe even crawl to victory, drag my body to victory. No matter what, though, I'm going for the V, for the victory. So still searching for them healthier hobbies. And, it's looking forward. I've thought about maybe getting more into golf. Not more into golf. I'm not into golf at all, but I have played golf. I played golf quite a few rounds right around my military service, a little bit before and during my military service, and right after. I played golf maybe 20 times, like 9 holes or 18 holes, whatever. Like maybe 20 times. It might even have been less, but right around there, so enough to have learned that it's an enjoyable hobby, and it can be rewarding, and something that help me stay the course, like, hey, I need to burn up a few hours for today. I don't have anything going on, or, let's just go knock out some golf. So I'm still reading. Like I said, a few days ago, I finished The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Highly recommend it. Great book. Religious, like Christian-based book. The guy brings up Jesus and the Bible and God. He doesn't bring up a lot of Bible verses, but I mean, it's an older book. I should look what year it was written, but it's an old school, awesome self-help type book. And then I'm currently reading Declare War on Yourself. And like I said, I think I'm on chapter 4 or 5, maybe 5. And I'm reading it I'm listening to it on Audible at like 1.8, 1.7, so it's pretty fast speed. So I'm not absorbing it that well, but I do remember where I'm at. And because I've listened to this book several times already. And up to this point of the book, he's going into a lot of detail, but the details are about like getting your act together. And it's another book where I wish I would slow down and just sit and listen without doing anything else. Like I tend to listen to these books when I'm driving, or when I'm hiking, or when I'm working, or when I'm, showering, whatever. And sometimes I just feel like I need to dedicate, that 20 minutes that I talked about yesterday to just sit down with your pen and paper and listen to the Bible, and then do it again with your Audible books, whatever you want to do. Focus on the Bible first. Just read the whole Bible front and back. Just if you haven't read the Bible before, maybe just start in the New Testament, read Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, Corinthians, and work your way all the way through, and then start back over and read Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Go right through the Old Testament, and then just keep on going and go right through the New Testament again, and then just keep it as a part of your life. You can get that read the Bible in a year, which is pretty slow. I mean, I've read the Bible in a month, but you could read it in a year. It'd be no big deal. Over the next 10 years, read it 10 times, and how many people can say they've read the Bible front to back 10 times, not a lot, and that'd be easy. And to read the Bible in a year, I looked at one of those read the Bible in a year books, and it'll have you read like a chapter in the Old Testament and then read a chapter in the New Testament, or however much, divided into 365 divisible sections to read. So you might you're reading a little bit of each the Old and the New Testament each day. And I can't remember if you had to read it for how many minutes, but it's a little chunk, because the Bible's it's 66 different Bibles or books in the Bible, and so it's a little bit of reading each day to get through it in a year anyway, but not a lot. When I told you I read it in a month, that's because I was reading it for like 10 hours a day, because I'm a pretty slow reader. So anyway, guys, this is the second time I went live for 16 minutes, and the first time, I don't know, it got cut off after 40 seconds, and I didn't even really realize it. And I sat here and talked for 13 more minutes for like no reason. It was amazing. So thanks again to the new subscribers and the new people pitching in on the channel, and the comments and the likes and the shares and the subscribes. And we're gonna be closing on 3,000 subscribers coming up. I just worked today, so now I have 2 days off. I had 4 days off. Yesterday I didn't work. Today I did work. So it was one of my days off. I worked. So I actually ate at work, which is pretty rare for me, because I only eat on my days off of work. But since it was supposed to be 2,923 subscribers, so we'll have 3,000 by the end of tomorrow or the next day. And we will be well on my goal for this year of 5,000 subscribers. But we might have to bump that up to like 10,000. We'll just have a better goal for this year. It's out of love, guys. It is. I am not sitting at work contemplating what I'm going to say on my video that night because I'm concerned with how many subscribers I have. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say to have the best chance to influence and affect somebody's life in a positive way. I've not been good at it my whole life. I see somebody, let's say a new guy at work. I look at the guy. I say, that's a cool guy. He's going to be my friend. I talk and act and treat him like he's going to be my friend until he proves me wrong. And, they don't often prove me wrong. And, sometimes it just becomes an acquaintance, and it's like, hey, you're a little too much for me, Zach, back off. And I do. And some people are drawn to me. I'm kind of have a magnetic personality. I'm kind of a funnier guy at work. I'm not really portraying it on the channel much because I'm trying to be more serious. But like I said, after April 1st, I might let my comedic side come out a little more, and let the channel be a little funny. But for now, it's like, hey, we're morbidly obese. We're trying to reverse type 2 diabetes and cure diabetes and cure the different autoimmune deficiency diseases that are easily cured with, cutting out sugar and refined carbohydrates, and just eat your healthy fats, which are, your avocados, your olive oil, your even the fats on meat. The Bible tells you what meat to eat, and like a ribeye steak, that fat is good for you. So get a good source of protein, like a ribeye steak, for example. I mean, it's giving you the building blocks of your body, the protein, which in some ways, you can almost not count the calories that you eat of protein, because protein is a building block. I mean, when you eat protein, it gets broken down into amino acids, and those amino acids are like the structure of your body. It's like the bricks. It's like the mortar of what you physically are, and they don't get burned. They're not. The fact that there's 4 calories, a calorie is a measure of heat, and it's how many heat units it takes to burn up that gram of protein. But protein doesn't get burnt up in you, so it's not a fuel. It's kind of, I don't know. I think it's why like keto and the Atkins diet are so effective, because they're focusing on the protein and the healthy fats, and then you think, well, your body can't even burn that protein. Extra when you eat extra, when you have extra amino acids in your bloodstream, they're not stored as fat. You're urinated out. So only in an emergency does your body like break down proteins for fuel, and so your body is great at burning carbohydrates. It can, and when you learn, it can be great at burning fat and ketones, and that's what you want it to be good at. You want your body to be like a fat burning furnace, and eating healthy fat and getting your protein, and Um, Eating the healthy carbohydrates, like I'm doing the 20 grams of carbs now, and I think that's plenty for now because I have so much body fat I mean, like I said, if your BMI is over 30, which mine still is, um, even 25, if your BMI is over 25, whatever the normal range is, I think the bottom edge of healthy BMI is 19. Let's just say 20. So 20 to 25. So yeah, probably over 25 or 26 BMI. You could be on Atkins phase 1, no problem, because you have way enough body fat to counter any lack of, fuel that's going into your body, because your body has tons of stored fuel. So I don't know how I got sidetracked on that tangent about fat and protein. Oh, it's because of the calories. Because I'm counting my calories today, and like I said, I just had the 3 chicken wings, 1 hard boiled egg, some of those baby tomatoes, like maybe a handful, quarter cup of cottage cheese, and it was just because I took a couple bites out of the container. There was more in there, and that's everything I ate at work. Oh, and the protein bar. So calories wise, if you're adding these, the chicken wings are tons of protein. The egg is ton of protein. And even the cottage cheese has a lot of protein. So it's like those are all amino acids that are building blocks of my body. And they may cause you to gain weight actually, but it's the good weight. It's the bone density weight. It's the muscle mass weight. It's it's the 50% body water that you want to have. Mine's only been in the 46 to 48% for the last 10 years. I'm still trying to work that up. And it's because I need to reduce the fat so that the overall weight of water equates to being 50% of my body weight. And I'm getting there. So anyway, my point was those wings, that egg and the cottage cheese, it's a lot of protein. And then I had my salad, got all my good carbs in me, and then the 8-ounce or the 6-ounce ribeye. And I'm still sitting here with this many carbohydrate chips left and about this many calories left. So I could technically eat like a huge meal right now and still be under my carbs and my calorie count. But I'm telling you, and I think it goes back to a month ago when I was doing the 400 calorie meals. Because, yeah, this is the third 4 days of Atkins, and I did 96 hours of the 400 calorie meals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is actually the 6th 96-hour phase of like smaller meals, lower carbohydrate. But those 400 calorie meals, man, they really helped me learn how to eat smaller meals and be full and eat fibrous food. And, because the fiber is carbohydrate, it's just so complex that you cannot digest it. So when you eat a ton of fiber, you get full and it doesn't count as calories. It's in your stomach, you feel full, and it goes right through. So that's great. So that's what this Atkins phase 1 is really helping me do too, is stick to the smaller meals now. I had a 6-ounce ribeye instead of a 12-ounce ribeye like I did last week. So I'm happy about that. But actually I feel fuller. I ate the big salad first and I waited, and then I cooked the steak, took 10 minutes or whatever in the air fryer. And then I had the steak, and now I'm sitting here with 800 more calories and 8 more carbs that I could eat. And it's 9:26 at night, and I really don't have any food. I think I'm just going to snack on a couple vegetables as I watch a little TV. I'm going to listen to some more Bible. I'm going to listen to some more Wage War on Yourself. Declare War on Yourself. Maybe my book will be called Wage War. I don't know. I'm thinking of some cool names for when I write a book here in a year or two. I'm going to write one of my ideas for the book right there. All right, guys. Like I said, I had to do this video twice. The first time it bugged out, and I yacked on for 15 minutes, and then the video wasn't even there. I went to look at it when I was done, and there was 40 seconds of it, and it would cut out. And I was like, dang it, I didn't realize that happened. It was very weird. So, all right, guys, same as every day. You know what to do. Jump on board with Jesus. He loves you. I love you. And I will catch up with you guys again very soon.